Did you ever deal with buyer's remorse? I never really had that feeling before, up until today, in fact, when I was thinking about the things I bought. And I bought quite a few things this year. For one, the Gym Monster 2 behind me, right? Which, love that thing, use it every day. It broke on me twice for two separate reasons, but the warranty system was good enough that I never had to pay a single cent for anything that was replaced, so still quite happy with it. Then I bought this camera, the FX30 that I'm shooting with right now, the lens I'm shooting with right now, which is the Sigma 17 to 40mm f1.8. Then I also have the Sigma 16mm f1.4, which I was using before I bought this lens. Then I also bought a 5090 this year, Founders Edition, which also I'm very happy with. Like all the things that I just mentioned, right? I'm all very happy with them. There's one thing though I bought in between all of this that excited me when I got it, the Switch 2. I don't really remember the last time I turned it on. It must have been like 2 or 3 weeks ago because I just was playing Silksong for a little bit. Don't get me wrong, the Switch 2 is a really cool system. The only two Switch 2 games I have are actually Street Fighter 6 and Silksong, both of which I've spent very little time with on this device. I've spent a significant amount of time with both of those games actually, but on my PC. So what do I have this for? And the answer is plain and simple, nothing. The next time I go on holiday, I'll be happy I have it. But up until that point, it is, admittedly, a giant waste of money. What did I pay for it? I think it's like 500 euros or something, right? Close to it. Right? I'm glad that I didn't buy into like peripherals and stuff. Like I still have my Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak Pro controllers, which honestly I've never even checked if they actually function. I was told they work to a degree, but I've never actually tried it. But I have them, so I never bought the Switch 2 Pro controllers. Thankfully I didn't, because yeah, I've not used them for anything. So the only external controller I've used so far with this were my Horde 42, R16 and S16, as well as the 8-bit Duo arcade controller, the levelless one. That's it. And I would assume that the grand total of time spent on this machine since I bought it, when was it, like in summer, whenever it came out, probably doesn't even amount to more than like 15 to 20 hours tops. Unless you're an absolute Mario Kart fanatic or something, right? The question really is, do you use this thing still? I don't really know what to do with it. I don't really know why I even have it connected right now. Like it's draining power, minimally, obviously, right? But it's hooked up to Ethernet, it's draining power. It is on standby. But until I turned on the camera, I hadn't even turned the thing on. Sure, you've wasted money on other things before, but it's the amount of money we're talking about. And while of all the things I was talking about earlier, like between the Gym Monster, the 5090, the camera, the lenses, this is the cheapest one still, but 500 euros is still, it's a lot of money, right? That's still a lot of money to just be throwing out the window. So this is the first time where I actually feel that I've wasted the money. And I don't really have any way to sugarcoat it for myself. So for the comments section, leave a like and subscribe, by the way. If you don't have anything to say, but you want to put something to the comments, which I highly appreciate, give me an idea of gaslighting myself into being happy about having that thing. I'd very much appreciate it. So would I recommend you to buy a Switch 2? Obviously not, that's the whole crux of the video so far, right? Getting back to the actual point of buyer's remorse, the Switch 2 is the first time this has ever happened, right? This is literally the first and only time that I ever had to wonder what I bought this for, what I'm going to do with it, and how I'm going to justify it to myself after, what is it now, like 3-4 months? There's going to be Metroid Prime 4 at some point, which I am looking forward to. But other than that, I don't really play Nintendo games anymore either, right? I don't remember the last Mario I played. I pretty much have lost all interest in Zelda. This one mechanic is the one thing that is a deal breaker for me anyway, right? So that is weapon deterioration or equipment deterioration in general. So that's a game mechanic that I always hated like the plague. In Dark Souls, whatever game you name that has that, I usually steer away from that. That's why I'm so glad that at least in the FromSoft games, that stuff just disappeared after a while. But so I don't really play Nintendo games anymore, with the exception of Metroid, really, from what I can remember. Xenoblade, if you count that as a Nintendo game. What else is there? So everything else I would buy on this isn't even an exclusive for the most part. It's just the convenience of having it as a portable device. and being able to play it on the go, on the couch or whatever, right, while stuff is happening. I'm still looking for the justification of why I have this thing. Let's backpedal a bit. If you have a Switch too, do you use it regularly? And is it for non-Nintendo games? Non-Nintendo being like not Mario Kart, not Mario, not Zelda, you know, just exclusive Switch 2 games that are not Nintendo. Do you use them for that regularly? If yes, I'd be more than happy to hear and very interested and curious which games those actually are and what I can do with this thing. I think that's all I had to say for today. It's supposedly a very short video, but I've been rambling for quite a while at this point. So I am gonna call it a day now. Leave a comment, either gaslight me into believing that I made the correct choice buying this thing, or as per usual, leave some video game related emojis in the comment section so I know that you made it all the way to the end of this video. But that's it. Thank you very much and see you next time. Bye bye.